Hello, I'm Fast Lawyer. Today we're doing a Let's Play and initial impressions review for Venture's Gauntlet VR, a game that was released in early access on the Steam store June 15th, 2023. It normally retails for $24.99. It's on a release sale 15% off. I received a free Steam key through the Steam Creator Connect program to review this game, and I'm testing it out on the Meta Quest 2 using link cable. Venture's Gauntlet is an obstacle course. And before I get too much into this initial impressions review, I do want to mention that here you kind of start off here and you may not notice it, but your progress is saved through this board over here, which I almost missed that. And I got as far as stage 4. I think I got near the end of stage 4, but I just had to quit. And I had played about an hour, a little over an hour. And I was just drenched in sweat, and some of the mechanics were a little frustrating, so I decided to quit. I was hoping my progress would be saved, and obviously some of it was, because I can go straight to stage 4, and we're going to do that in a little bit, but I wanted to start off with stage 1, the easy part, so you can see some of the easy stuff first before we get into some of the harder stuff. So we're starting off at the first level with the easy stuff, and your time is being recorded. And we're going to restart the level, though, in order to start to level 4. So we're not going to finish stage 1, but I do want to show some of the beginner stuff before we head on to some of the more advanced stuff. So this is an obstacle course, and, you have climbing, obviously, but you also have archery, you have traps, and all kinds of surprises along the way. The visuals are absolutely stunning. The obstacle course obviously is very big. Like I mentioned, I played for over an hour, and I only got to stage 4. I didn't even get to finish stage 4, and there are 6 stages. So I'm not saying it will take everybody an hour to complete the obstacle course. You might be able to beat it a lot faster than that, but that's how long it took me just to get to, I would say, the latter part of stage 4. And like I said, I'm not ashamed to admit, or maybe I am ashamed to admit that, I'm a middle-aged VR gamer and I'm not in the best shape. So, you might be better able to complete this obstacle course than I am. One thing I don't like is it's very easy to go too fast and miss some of the markers that you're supposed to get into this game. Right now I can choose either direction. I'm going to choose this one just because I think the first time I chose the left. So this time I'm just going to go this direction. Now you do have to crouch, and your height is calibrated and your crouch is calibrated at the very beginning. I strongly recommend that you calibrate height and calibrate your crouch as well. There'll be less problems later on. This is arm swing locomotion, in case you can't tell. And you have snap turning available as well. Now I am playing standing. Technically, you can play seated, but you're just going to make this game a whole lot more difficult if you try to play seated, so I don't recommend that. I recommend that you play standing, and that you get enough room so that you can reach pretty far, because that's going to be the best way to play this game. It's not only the most immersive. Now, I still use snap turn every now and then, because I think snap turn makes some things a little bit easier, but you also want to be able to turn in real life if you can. I don't like my cable getting all twisted. And I know some of you can say, "Oh, why don't you play wireless?" I know, but I just don't like it. I prefer wired, so that way I don't have to worry about my battery as much. Otherwise, I'd be very worried about my battery right now. One thing about me that you guys may not know is that I actually have a completely new Meta Quest 2 that I bought not a long time ago, maybe like a year ago, and I've never used it. I may have to switch out to that new Meta Quest now. That this one that I've had it for a while now. I want to say at least 2 years, maybe 3 years. I don't know how long I've had it, but there's a lot of wear and tear on this one. A lot of hours in VR, a lot of wear and tear. I do notice a little bit of pop-in the distance. Sometimes when I'm getting close to objects, I'll see it suddenly just get a little bit higher. I don't know if you noticed that on the desktop view, but I just noticed as I got closer, it got like a higher definition. It's not bad. I don't want to make the pop-in sound worse than it is, but it is noticeable. So I'm an RTX 3080, and I do have this installed on an SSD drive. I do have some frame rate drops, I have noticed a little bit of stutter, but nothing really that affected gameplay. There's other issues that have affected gameplay. But I do want to emphasize that this is a game that I've thoroughly enjoyed playing. Like I said, I played it yesterday for over an hour, and I was totally drenched in sweat. And yeah, parts of it were pretty frustrating, and once we get to the fourth level, you'll see what I'm talking about more clearly than right now. You do have to go, I think, slower than you want for certain parts, just because of the grab mechanic not being as forgiving as it probably should be. Okay, there we go. But you see, even this first level, this beginner level, I don't know if to you guys how it looks like, but I think you're able to see that even this beginner level, it's a little bit of a workout. There is some challenge here. It's not, totally easy. So you press this button. What I like about this button is that it is pretty tactile. Well, at least when it's red, not when it's green. But there is a tactile feel to it, which I really like. And obviously, we have to press this button as well. But there is some haptic feedback. And it does feel like you're pushing a button. And, I do like those little quality of life interactions in VR that really make it more immersive, and I really like that about this game. The visuals look great in my opinion. Like I said, my criticism of the visuals is that there is a little bit of pop-in. Now there is a little bit of problem with the animations. Like, I don't know if you can see this, but the way I'm grabbed onto this pole, you can see that it's not quite right. It doesn't look right, and it causes problems because sometimes it's just difficult to tell when you grabbed onto an object. It's not, on these easier levels, on the beginner levels, it's not as easy to tell why it's problematic, but once we get into some of the harder levels, I'm gonna have to fall here because I totally missed the buttons. I was talking too much and I just didn't notice I missed the buttons. But it's a good thing I failed, so you can see some of the checkpoint stuff. Like, I don't know that well, you know what? I actually do think I need to press this button. There's a little confusing part where you don't always have to touch the buttons after you've already touched them once. But it's not consistent, because sometimes I find that you do have to touch them again, sometimes you don't have to touch them again. But obviously, since we never touched it here, we're going to have to touch this button. Another criticism I would have is the music is not the best. It's pretty forgettable, pretty generic. It's not bad. It definitely doesn't distract from the course. I would hope that, especially with an obstacle course like this, that you're just allowed to listen to your own music. I think that would be awesome. I think more developers should, especially that games that aren't story driven, or where this type of game. I think it's fine to listen to your own music. I'm not sure there's a type of music that would make this, anything better than what you would have in your own library. So I think for this type of game, so again, you can see the checkpoint. It is pretty hard sometimes to gauge your momentum and to know exactly, where you are when these lasers might affect you. Like right now, it's kind of hard to tell, right? I don't know. I thought it was hard to tell, but it was a little bit more forgiving than maybe it appeared at first. And I think we maybe done enough at this point. Okay. So over here, we just get across. There's stuff like this similar on the other levels. I guess I'll just show a little bit so you can see. So you can see we're getting across. But I'm going to restart the level so you can see more of this game. And yeah, here we go. let's restart. Let's recalibrate as well. So keep that in mind. You can easily recalibrate. I highly suggest that if you're having issues. Now that we've done a little bit of the beginner level, which it goes on for a little bit for probably a lot longer, but at least a little bit longer. Let's go to the Cliffside Caper, which is where I left off. And you're going to see some of the difficulty increase here, but also some of the problems and some of the issues this game has. Now, I do think this is a very good game. I won't say it's the best climbing game, but it definitely has potential to be the best climbing game if some of these quality of life things are improved. It just needs a little bit of polish, and I would rate this game higher. Right now, what I played, my experience, again, initial impressions, I'd give this a 7 out of 10, which is still a very good score for me. Everybody who follows my channel knows that a 7 or higher is a very good score for me, because I'm a tough grader. But the reason I don't give it a higher score is just because some of the issues this game has, some of the quality of life issues, it just needs a little bit more polish to make the climbing mechanic feel a lot better. So right now I'm being shot at. You probably can't tell. So obviously you just have to run really fast across and touch the button to get those barriers out there. Okay. I'm not sure. Okay. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. Oh no. I actually went on the right side the last time, not the left side. So I didn't know exactly how it would be, and I didn't have my timing correct. So, there we go. Oh, wow! Wait, how did I get down? I had a shield. I thought with a shield I'd be totally safe. But apparently I didn't use the shield properly. You still gotta block it with your shield. Doesn't mean automatic block. Okay. It is kind of hard to block. I'm actually struggling here. I didn't struggle the first time I did this, actually. I got it on my first try. You know what? Oh, I remember what I did. Yeah, I remember what I did. I actually went up. I didn't try to do it like that. This makes a lot more sense. This might be luck, but I just went straight down the middle. So you can easily avoid these lasers. You don't really have to worry about them too much. Oh, that didn't happen the first time I played either. But that is how I got across the first time on my first try. But I hope you're seeing the increase in difficulty from the first level. This really makes you run really quickly across, so you have to swing your arms really fast. It may not look like it, but I'm moving my arms as fast as I can. Okay, I got it. I got it. Okay. Woo! All right. I died several times. Okay. But I'm glad I got across that. And you see why this game is challenging, because for the most part, you're able to go at your own pace, but not during those sections. During those sections, you have to go full blast, and it can take the wind out of you. Like I mentioned yesterday, I was playing for over an hour, and after trying to do that, and then trying to do this as well, I was just drenched in sweat, and I had to quit, which I didn't want to. I wanted to finish the whole game so I can give you guys a full review, but that was not to happen, and today I'm just way too sore to try to do that again. It's what happens when you're a middle-aged gamer. And like I said, this one I should be able to hit it fast and grab it fast, but man, maybe. Woo! And maybe... Oh, no! Okay. I hope you saw some of the difficulties. Like, it wasn't as smooth and polished as it should have been. I noticed just a little bit of stutter. I don't know if you saw that on desktop view, but while I was climbing, it just felt like a frame rate, missed a frame rate or two, which just made it more difficult to grab on. I don't know if you can see that from the desktop view, but from the VR headset, that's what it looked like to me. Like, it felt like one of those multiplayer games, PvP games, where you're not running at a steady 60 frames per second, so it feels a little odd, and that's what it felt like when I was swinging across. So I'm going to slow down here. I'm not going to try to rush this. Okay. Yeah. Did you guys see that? I tried to... It's like I had the rope in my hand, but it just didn't grab. Let's try that again. Again, it could be also user error, but it just doesn't feel as smooth and polished as it should as far as doing these swinging actions. So, obviously you have to repeat these actions when you fail, and you can start getting a little frustrated, and you start, blaming the game, which, I'm sure there's some people out there that say that was user error, get good. But I really, I'm not going to say that's not the case, but I'm saying is that I do notice like a little bit of frame rate issues that are making it harder than it should be. But I'm going to try to... No, come on. Like, it's just like, it's hard, I feel like I'm timing it correctly, but the game's just not registering my grab. That's what it feels like. Let's try that again. And also notice how it's clipping through here, so the animation isn't as smooth and polished as it should be either. But like I said, I actually had a lot of blast playing this game. I wouldn't have played it for an hour straight, drenched in sweat, unless I was having fun, because usually when I start sweating, I usually quit, but I was having so much fun, I pushed myself to my limit, and then I didn't quit until I absolutely just had to, before like collapsing on the floor, and basically got to that level. So again, we're going to go slow, because precision here is better. Oh, nope. It's just a little odd. So it feels like you're fighting the game as much as, just a skill issue. So, I'm not going to say there, my skill cannot be improved or I can't get better at it. I'm sure somebody else can go through this section without the difficulties that I've had. But it does feel to me like there's like a frame rate issue that's causing the disconnect between my action of thinking that I grabbed it when I didn't grab it. So it just makes, like I said, the hitboxes or the grab boxes, I guess, what you want to call, whatever you want to call them, but just don't seem to be 100%. Okay, there we go. We got it. Finally. I got good all of a sudden. So it would have been awesome if you would have swung. I don't know if you can swing to the next platform. I don't think you can. But obviously you can climb up. I think that's what you're supposed to do. But it'd be awesome if you could actually swing across a third time. And sometimes the checkpoints feel very generous, but sometimes they don't feel generous at all. And I'm not even gonna attempt fate. I'm just gonna. No. Woo. Woo! Woo! All right. Okay, another arm swing. Again, we're not going to go as... Again, this isn't... All right. Oh, you see, some of this is just a little clunky. But overall, like I said, I don't want to make the game sound bad, because I think it's a really good game, and I really like it a lot. And I think it has a ton of potential. Like I said, my early impressions, I'd give this a 7 out of 10, but with more polish, a little bit of quality of life changes, I could easily see this game being like a 9 out of 10. It's that good. It is in early access, so keep that in mind. That's why I almost don't like reviewing early access games, because it kind of... Oh, come on. And what sucks about that is that you actually do have to move this. So you do have to move this. It does give your arms a workout. You know, after doing that several times, it does give your... Like, the first time you do it, it didn't feel that impactful. But after doing it a couple of times, you start feeling that on your arms. So again, we're going to swing across and hopefully... No, we didn't get high enough that time. Oh. Okay, so apparently I just let go too early. That I would say that's a skill issue there, because I just let go too early. I didn't think that would be a problem, because that never happened to me before. Usually I go too high and I bounce off the top, which causes me not to be able to hold on. So that's why I may have let go just a little bit, tad bit too early. So let's try to do this again. All right, we got it. All right. Okay, we're going to... Uh-oh. So I'm going to do this again. Left-handed and then right-handed. Oh, okay, got it. Okay. Woo! All right. Okay. This is where I failed many times in a row until I finally got it. So hopefully I can get it on the first try, but gotta be honest here. On my first try, on my third, actually, oh, what happened? Oh, did the laser cut me? I didn't even see it. Okay, well, better there than some other places, because it's fine there. Okay, so we got past the laser. We got past the laser again. And now we just need to get across. So this is the tricky part right here. So what happens here is, and there might be another way to do it, I don't know, but basically you have to fall down. And so I'm going to wait for the laser to get across. Oh! Oh! I thought the laser was... Okay, I just misjudged that very badly. So, yeah, you do get tired from all these attempts. Like, it may not seem like a lot, you know, at first. Having to go across like this is like, that's not an intense workout. But after having to do it many times in a row after falling down. So, yeah, I failed. This is not where I stopped the game, though. I failed many times, but eventually I got it. I was hoping to get it on my first try here, but it's not to be. Hopefully we get it here. I'm going to be patient, though. Okay, we got it. That was a lot more difficult than it looked like. Trust me. It took me many, many attempts on my first playthrough yesterday. So I'm going to be patient here because I told you guys I'm very sore from yesterday, so I just don't have the stamina today. So I'm going to go very slow. Pace myself. Wow, good. Alright. Woo! And I don't believe there's any buttons. I think we just crouch here. Which luckily I have this calibrated correctly. So, you know, I just use a couple of leg squats and I'm able to get under without any issues. Here we just shoot the stars. We have a bow and arrow. I might have difficulty doing it today because, like I said, I'm already really tired from doing... I did this yesterday. Oh, crap. It is. I will say this is not the best bow and arrow mechanic in VR. So you're going across. So I don't know if you can tell, but we're actually going across. It's just hard to tell the flight of the arrow. I'm not seeing it very well, to be honest with you guys, especially since we're moving. So, you know, obviously, if you're moving from side to side while you're trying to shoot an arrow, it's going to cause problems with your... Especially when you're tired, which I'm not always getting an arrow either, so... I think we might have killed... No, that was wishful thinking on my part that we had killed all the drones. I don't know if there's a scoring system for this or how it works exactly. It's pretty unclear, but we're just getting from one side to the next. We're almost there. And I just assume you get a higher score if you do well here. I don't know if it's possible to lose this minigame, but I can tell you I'm very tired and sweaty. I'm glad we're done because it's hard to... Okay, this is a difficult part here. Woo! This has actually got farther than this, but I'm going to have to catch my breath. So here, you just have to go really fast across as soon as this gets... And so I hope you see part of the problem. It's actually hard to just stop. There is like a... I think... So what we're gonna, I'm gonna wait till the very last second and then get across. And I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna inch myself forward, and as soon as this platform goes, we're going. Oh, come on! Again, part of the problem is I can't go as fast as I want to because I do have to stop right at the rope in order to grab it. So yeah, you're trying to go as fast as possible. I thought I had grabbed the rope, but I didn't. Let's just... And actually, it kind of helps if you... Okay, we barely got there. It does help if you have some room to actually step forward. So, you know, this game does require some physical exertion. You do have to go fast in certain parts. There's no way around it. So this is not like a casual exercise game. If I would give the developers some advice is to make the official release just have different difficulties. And so, you know, if you choose the easy one, you'll get an easier obstacle course if you choose the medium one. And obviously, I would think this would be the hard one because it's not only long, but it's also very difficult, especially towards the end. Whew. Oh, I almost forgot. You have to go right, not left. Oh, did you guys see that where my hands were going away? So, you know, there was a little bit of lag, some little bit of frame rate drops, and it made my hands go kind of funky. Some tracking issue maybe as well, but I think it was lag. That's what I think it was. Because, you know, I've been tracking just fine before that, so I think it... Oh! No! So, you see that the checkpoint system sometimes is just not fair? And that wasn't even my fault. That was not even like user error. That was just... I don't like the way the ramps are done because sometimes, like I said, it's just difficult to grab them and you just have like a forward momentum. Okay, but that's fine. We'll get through it. We'll get through it. It's just one more time I have to do this. I'm already starting to sweat. I don't know if you guys can tell that, but I am starting to sweat. So we're not going to be able to play for much longer. I don't think I'm going to be able to beat this course. I probably shouldn't have done the first levels. I could have the extra little bit of stamina to beat it this time, but that's fine. I think this is enough to show you the potential of this game, why I think it's really good, but also some of the issues. I think this is as far as I got, actually. Okay, what happened here? Yes, this is as far as I got. So I never got farther than this. But I hope you see. Maybe I'm missing something. Because I thought you'd grab onto that by swinging across, but maybe you can't. Okay, let's try this again. Let's see if we can notice something. Did I do something wrong? But I think I tried this like a couple of times and then I just gave up because I couldn't see how to get across. And I was very tired. And I was hoping it would save up to this point, but it didn't. It starts you all the way back from chapter 4 or level 4 or whatever they call this. I'm just going to call it level 4. But is there a button or something? I don't see anything. Do you guys see anything? So I thought that you let go and grab onto the rope there, and then you can swing across and get to the other side. Let's try this again. Maybe that is a solution. Okay, what am I doing wrong? Why am I being stuck here? Am I not seeing something? You can't grab onto this, by the way. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do. I might have to quit here because I really don't know what to do. I think this is why I quit yesterday, now that I remember. This is as far as I got. And I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. The only thing I can think of is that I'm jumping too high. I need to let go even sooner so I catch at the very bottom. But, man, if that is a solution, I would say that's not a good solution. I wouldn't like that type of obstacle course where you have to get the jump that precisely to get across. Because, by this point, you're very tired. Maybe the trick is to start at level 4 all fresh without feeling sore, and then you can power through it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is try to let go so that I land lower. Let's see if I can. Oh, I did it! Oh! No! That is the solution. So we found the solution. That is the correct solution. Unfortunately, you have to jump, grab the other one, and then grab the other one. We almost got far enough to grab the second one. Was missing the second one, and I should have stepped forward in my play space, and I maybe could have gotten that. That was my fault. Oh man, that was intense. I liked that. That was really good. So rather than continue this video, I'm going to say my initial impressions, I'm having a blast playing this game. But it does have some issues. I think it needs a little bit of more polish so that, that swinging, connecting those swinging ropes feels better. Right now, it's just a little too janky, and it feels more like you're fighting the game versus a test of skill. So I think it does need a bit more polish with the hitboxes, the grab boxes, with the animations, and definitely the difficulty needs to be fine-tuned for different abilities. Like, I'm a middle-aged gamer. This is pushing me to my edge. I'm sure if you're in better shape, though, you could do this whole obstacle course probably in less than an hour, and maybe even 30 minutes if you're really good. Anyways, I'm Fast Lawyer. Like I said, my early impressions, I give this a 7 out of 10. With more polish, it could go as high as 9 out of 10. I really like this. I really like the visuals. I really love the layout of the obstacle course. I think it's a beautiful game. You might want a better rig than mine, better than 3080. You might want to put this on better than an SSD drive to get the most out of it. But yeah, Venture's Gauntlet, it's really good. And thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.